what happens when the ones who are supposed to stand together start tearing each other apart? A bond stronger than blood, shattered by ego, a rivalry that started in childhood, but now it's a war. But in this battle of pride, who really wins? Stay till the end to see how one moment can change everything. Forever. Blood versus ego. The rain drummed steadily against the roof, filling the silence in the old family house. Inside, two brothers stood facing each other, fists clenched, breaths sharp, eyes burning with unspoken rage. Arav and Vihan had always been rivals. Ever since they were children, they competed in everything. Who could run the fastest? Who could climb the highest? Who could win their mother's praise? Their mother, Mira, had once thought their rivalry was harmless, a natural bond between two strong-willed boys. But as they grew older, the competition turned into something darker, something filled with resentment, something neither of them could escape. Now, as men, their battles were no longer playful contests. They had turned into relentless struggles for power, for validation, for the right to be the best. Arav's voice cut through the heavy air. "You've always thought you were better than me." His words dripped with bitterness. "Always trying to outshine me. Always making sure you were the one everyone praised." Vihan scoffed, shaking his head. "That's rich, coming from you. You never once let me win without a fight. You never once stood beside me. It was always about proving you were stronger, smarter, more worthy." Mira stood in the doorway, her heart breaking. She had seen this moment coming for years, but now that it was here, she didn't know how to stop it. The air between them was thick with anger, their words sharp as knives, cutting deeper and deeper, widening the chasm between them. She had tried before, tried to tell them that life was not a contest, that they were meant to be each other's greatest ally, not enemies. But every attempt had fallen on deaf ears. "Enough," she whispered, her voice trembling, but the storm of their rage drowned her out. Arav turned to her suddenly, his eyes desperate. "Tell me, Ma." His voice was low, yet laced with fury. "Who was better? Me or him?" Mira inhaled sharply. There it was, the question they had always sought an answer to. She had spent years trying not to choose, trying to love them both equally. But now, she saw it. Choosing wasn't the answer. Her lips trembled as she stepped between them. Her voice was quiet, yet it cut through the air like lightning. "You're both fools." Arav and Vihan froze. "You chase a victory that will never exist," she continued, her voice shaking but firm. "You fight to be better than the other, but in the end, you only make each other worse." The words landed like stones, heavy, unforgiving. Vihan lowered his gaze. Arav's shoulders slumped slightly. Mira stepped closer. "You are not meant to fight each other." Her voice softened, pleading now. "You are meant to challenge each other, to push each other forward, not drag each other down. If you destroy each other in this endless battle, tell me, who will be left standing?" A long silence stretched between them. Outside, the rain had softened, as if the storm had passed in tandem with her words. Arav looked at Vihan, truly seeing him for the first time in years, not as a competitor, not as a rival, but as his brother. Vihan's jaw tightened. A flicker of emotion passed in his eyes. And then, almost imperceptibly, he nodded. It was not a resolution, not yet. But it was a step. Mira exhaled, her heart aching, but hopeful. Maybe, just maybe, they had finally begun to understand.